Hey gang, this is Vicki Kelly with the Golden Rule Trades. I wanted to show you the trades that set up today, but before I do, I wanted to show you something that we pointed out in the live room today, which is very typical for what we do. I'm starting to call this the Orion setup. As you can see, the Orion constellation in the night sky, you can see three stars lined up. It's called Orion's belt. And I have noticed that there is a pattern that sets up where there's three attempts to get through an energy line. They all hit exactly the same tick. And again, it's at an energy line. And when I see this, it doesn't mean that we're not going to hit our target, but it generally means that we're going to have to come down to take another run at it, which is what happened pre-market this morning. Now, we don't generally trade pre-market with the morning method, so that's neither here nor there, but the setup is still valid that when we see this Orion pattern, Orion's belt pattern, we know that it doesn't mean, again, that's not going to work. It just means that it's got to take a little bit of juice to get back up there. All right. Again, this is the kind of thing that we point out frequently in the live room. I'll be having another course come open at the end of September, the 1st of October. If you want to learn how to trade the morning method and be privy to those kind of things that we see set up, you can be a part of that. The discounted window will open back up at the end of the month, and you can participate in that. We'd love to have you. And then let me show you what the setups were for this morning. We were watching this pattern that started right after the open. I brought my line back to here. There are a couple different places that you can play this. As this was unfolding, we brought this underneath this little teeny red doji here, almost doji. Because it hit this pattern really well, hit these lines here. And then, of course, we hit it here and here exactly. It was a good pattern. But as you can see, it came back down and just ticked a little bit underneath of this. And when that happens, sometimes there's a second pattern that you can draw. And if you drew that, look at where both of those patterns aligned. And so we were able to capture that move off of either one of those patterns. And we were able to capture quite, if you did this pattern, then you would have entered here and exited here. If you did this pattern, you would have entered here and exited here. Now, what I did was I captured this move here and did not take all of this ride down here. The reason for that simply was because it's Fed week. And on Fed week, we go for one good trade. And we realize that it's probably going to chop the rest of the time. And so we captured that one good trade. Some of us captured this part, and some of us captured this part. And either way, we got our points in today. And there was actually a second move that worked out. But again, I was not in for this because it's one good trade Fed Monday. On the Fed week, we go for one good trade and then we are done. Okay, this move here, you could have gotten into. We would have had, I would not have considered this a breakout candle. I would have considered this the breakout candle. So we would have entered here, ridden this back, but it was not enough to stop us out. So, and then taken our profits here. So we actually had two good moves today. This one was a little more violent, and you could have stayed out of this one simply because it got down into here and reversed. Would not have been a bad thing to do. However, it did make it to the target area. And then, as you can see, we've just chopped the rest of the day. There was no other setup anyway because we're past our 11:30 time. So, all right. So a little bit of trading tomorrow, about an hour max. No trading on Wednesday for the until the Fed announcement. So make sure that you stay safe out there and good luck trading.